game on this channel. Hopefully one of many more. As you can see, I am casual Glisca. No things tonight because in true proper gaming fashion, I have snacks. So you're going to get ASMR of Glisca eating and drinking and mumble talking with food in her mouth. So let me introduce my DM, my partner in many, many a thing.
Dark Angel.
And you can be found on what social media?
You can find me on TikTok, YouTube.
That's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah. All right, so what are we doing? Well, if you've seen any of my other previous videos or you follow me on TikTok, you know that I have a character named Glisca. She's a half gnome, half orc who has decided to take her travels on the road to do pit fighting as a barbarian because she can. She likes to travel with her trusty giant axe, which, yes, I made this. Everyone asks. I did make this. And yeah, we decided to start posting episodes of Glisca's many adventures while at the same time teaching some fundamentals of D&D blended in. It's going to be a solo campaign. That means DM single player. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be different than some of the other things you've seen or heard where you've got multiple players going on. Also, we aren't professionals at this. So it might be a little awkward at first. We might forget to look at the camera. We might forget to explain stuff. We're going to get better as time goes on. And that brings me to wanting to say thank you. We're doing this because you guys have been so encouraging. You guys have made it to where this is happening. So thank you. Or not, depending on how this goes. We'll see.
Couple things up front. We're using a lot of rules as written in the player's handbook. Some of our stuff is going to be what's called homebrew. For those of you who don't know, that means we made up the rules. And we are continuing to apply those same rules that we made up.
And also how you would play a barbarian, how you would game, how you would handle things is probably going to be completely different than how I do things. How you would run a game is probably going to be completely different than how he runs a game. That's part of the fun, is it's different for everyone. So yeah, I might forget that I have an ability. I might forget that I can do a certain thing.
Very close.
But you will hear the DM give me prompts on my abilities, and it's not because I don't know how to game. It's because, like I said, we want to teach as we go. So I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm excited. This is something I've been looking forward to. Oh, here you go. All right. So to get started, the DM usually provides some kind of background backdrop. Hythrall here gave us a little bit of the background already. Glisca is a half gnome, half orc pit fighter. She's been doing it for a while because she found out she was good at it.
Should I give a little more background on her?
Yes, please.
Okay. Glisca's dad is a gnomish artificer. Glisca's mom is an orcish bard. Try that again. Orcish bard. They used to travel together in their own adventuring party. They had fallen in love on their travels, decided to retire to a little cottage outside of the city, and there they started a family. They have one child, Glisca, who Dad was hoping would become an artificer like him, and Mom was hoping she would become a bard like her. And Glisca, being the rebellious child, went, "Oh yeah, well, I'm gonna be a barbarian." And they went, oh, well, here's some gold. Here's your grandpa's axe. Here's a pair of goggles. Have fun. Write us every now and then. Let us know you're still alive and go find yourself. So being a pit fighter is kind of her teenage rebellion. And it's just kind of stuck with her. And yeah, that's her dramatic backstory is, I don't want to be a bard.
So that being said, it's been 3 days since your last stop in the village.
Since you last looked at me, after you had to this action of anger.
I deserve that. You're on your way to the village of Black Bog.
Misery and happiness today. Take 2. Let's try this again.
This is what happens. It's been 3 days since you left your last village. On your way to the village of Black Bog. Black Bog is known for having a fighting area and hosting a lot of fights. And
I need to get out my Glisca dice.
oh yeah, get out your Glisca dice. I have out my demon dice. I mean my DM dice. Those are so pretty. Alright, as you've been traveling, over the last day, it's gone from a very prairie and sparse trees to more wetland, marshy area. Really the only path is the road that you're on. There's been a couple of inns along the way that you stopped in and stayed, but no villages for the past 3 days.
Okay.
And as you get a little bit closer, it's starting to become nighttime, and you see lights up ahead. You can tell it's torches, and that must be the village that is in Black Bog. As you're getting closer, I want you to make a perception check. To make a perception check, you roll a die 20, 20-sided die, and you add your modifier for perception.
So perception, that would be 19.
19. Oh yeah. So as you're moving a little bit closer, you hear hushed voices.
Can I tell what they're saying?
Yeah, actually you can. It's, don't make me hurt you. Just give me your money, and you get to go on your way.
I'm gonna head in that direction.
Please, I don't have any money. As you get closer, do you have dark vision?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Excellent. So as you get closer, even though it's dark out here, you still see like it's dim light. And you see 3 individuals standing on a small bit of raised earth up out of the bog, and they're standing over a 4th who's laying on the ground in a fetal position and trembling. The 3 individuals all have knives out.
Okay, so 3 individuals, about how big?
About human size.
Okay.
The one in the middle that sounds like was the one that was making the speech is a little bit bigger, like thicker.
Okay.
But it's hard to tell because it's dark.
So she's not huge on interfering with issues that don't involve her, but Glisca cannot stand a bully. So moving forward, axe on the shoulder, hand on the hip. Hey! What do you think you're doing, tough guy?
2 individuals turn first, and they look at you. The 3rd individual turns, looks over his shoulder, and then turns and looks over the other shoulder.
I suggest if you know what's good for you, You turn and leave now.
One of the first two slaps the big guy, points. He turns around.
Down here, moron!
Oh. What have we here then?
If you touch me, you lose your hand.
Boys, see if this one has any money. I'm gonna finish up with our friend here.
I was hoping we'd go with the ultraviolence.
And he turns his back on you. The other two step forward with grins and knives, and you may roll initiative.
I rolled a 9. Ooh, do we have battle music?
We do.
Oh!
Battle music tonight will be provided by Arcane Anthems. Alright, so you said you rolled a 9?
Mm-hmm.
That means you go first.
Are you serious?
Unfortunately.
I kind of just want to grab one of the guys and hit him into the other guy.
Okay, so to do a grapple check, I'm going to have you roll athletics.
I rolled a 10.
So you go to push him, and when you push, he braces himself and holds still. Now, that's your first attack. You do have 2 attacks. You can try pushing him again. You can smack him.
We're going to take my axe and dull side hit him in the knees.
Okay, make your attack roll.
That's an 11.
So 11 hits.
Oh my god! Yay! Okay, so my damage is a d10. 9.
You also have the bonus die 6.
Oh!
Because
Why do I have a bonus die 6?
you have a blessing from the stout boar, which increases all melee damage by 1 die 6 bludgeoning.
6.
So that's a total.
16. Because it was 10, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Math.
All right. And that was your action. Do you want to do anything with your bonus action?
Well, rage.
Okay, so this round plays out with you pushing, not getting anywhere, so you whack him with your axe, and when you hit him with your axe, there's the loud clang from your axe.
No. Does it hurt him?
Oh yeah.
So it's not that I get mad. Barbarian raging, in this case, doesn't mean I'm mad. It's a
She gets gleeful.
Yeah. And now I'm raging.
Raging means that she can do more damage when she hits. She can take less damage when she is hit. So the guy that you just whacked with your axe, why, you little... He attacks. His first attack is 17 to hit.
Nope.
Second attack is much, much less, is 8. His companion steps around, gonna see why you're having such a problem, and tries to kick you. And rolls 9. As you just knock his foot away with your axe, he makes the swipe at the dagger and loses it somewhere in the swamp.
What's the name of that little guy from... Oh, the Canadian group from X-Men?
Puck.
Alright, I totally want to do like a puck, like flying headbutt at this guy.
Ooh, that's still going to be an unarmed attack, so make your attack roll.
No! That is 22 to hit.
So 22. When you roll to attack, you have your regular rolls, which can hit or miss. depending on the numbers that you're trying to reach. You're always trying to get the AC of the armor class of your target or above. If you roll a natural 1, you miss. And if you roll a natural 20, you automatically crit. One of the things I like to do is if you roll 10 or more higher than the armor class you're trying to hit, it's also a crit. So you're going to roll double damage.
When you're in a solo campaign, you're making a little bit more thematic. And plus, it's also just a lot of fun to play out. So, but how you do crits for this isn't the same as rolling a natural 20. So how am I supposed to do the damage?
Right. So on a crit, you take whatever your dice amount is. If you have 3 die 6, then you take 3 die 6 and roll it twice.
So for me, that is the 1 die I didn't grab.
I think you've got...
It's a 1d4.
For unarmed is a d4. She has a d4 because she's a tavern brawler.
2, 1.
And your blessing of the stout board, you roll twice.
I have 2 d6s, so we'll just do that. 9. So 3, 12, 16. I do math.
16, and you're raging.
Right.
So you get extra damage from raging. Okay.
So 18 damage.
18 damage. And is that the same one that you hit with your axe?
No, that is the one that said, why are you having such a hard time? Because he needs to be shown that he's wrong.
You fly at him, you catch him right underneath the rib cage, and oh! That's your first attack. You have 1 more.
Fly forward, hit him, unwind, one end of the axe, hit him.
Okay.
And that is 22 to hit.
22 is another crit with the axe.
4, 7, 9, 14, 19.
So, in swift fashion, you catch him in the chest, knocking the wind out of him, and then baseball bat swing with the flat of the axe across his face like a shovel, and he goes sprawling into the muck. Would you like to intimidate as a bonus action?
I would love to intimidate.
I need you to roll intimidate.
That is a 14.
The other thug is shaken, and for his action, he's actually going to disengage, and he's going to run off into the swamp area. That brings it back to your turn.
So is Big Meanie still standing over a helpless person?
Actually, no. He's looking at you, kind of bewildered, because you just beat up both of his guys. He's got a bag of money in one hand and a knife in the other, but he's standing there, head cocked to the side.
Drop the bag and leave, or I come for you next.
I've got a better idea. Well, I'll split this with you, and you come work for me.
I work.
Ching, ching,
Do I?
ching.
I got a question. Is someone who travels town to town and professionally defeats people in a fighting pit a job?
Explain.
That's what I do. I travel around, fighting pit to fighting pit, beating up people, and I get paid for it. So that's a job, right? I think that's what a job is. I kind of view it as just a really neat hobby that people give me money for, but...
At that, he splits a wide grin. He's obviously half work.
Now, I'm here for your guys' fighting pit, and you are proving to be a great warm-up. So either drop the money, or I continue warming up with you. Either way, it's a win-win for me.
I was just helping this young lad out of the swamp.
Oh,
He
that's...
bends down, picks up the still quivering,
Start walking towards him.
brushes him off. Seems you dropped your purse.
Mighty big of you there, sir.
Go on. And the guy starts to run off. Make a perception check.
Oh, nope. I'm way too proud of myself. 4. I'm like, ha-ha! I saved the day. Nothing nefarious other words is going on. I don't even know how to use the language.
You hear from the swamp, and splash, and well, go on.
What did you just do?